Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I want to welcome everyone tonight and also welcome those who are joining us on our live stream. I disappeared for a second, you saw, because I forgot to actually press on the live stream. So we're out of practice. So I want to welcome all of those who are watching from afar. We are actually at a Shabbat that I think is always an interesting Shabbat, which is the Shabbat before daylight savings time, right? That tomorrow night we turn our clocks back. And one of the funny things about time in Judaism is that there's this kind of interesting tension. On the one hand, there are aspects of time that we fully control, right? We get a chance to decide, which is actually kind of really magnificent if you think about it, that suddenly we can decide that instead of wanting the sun to set at 6, we decide, the next day we actually want the sun to set at 5 o'clock. And at the same time, we don't control the time, right? The sun sets when the sun sets, and despite wanting an extra few hours in the day, or let's say when bad things are happening, wanting time to move a little quicker, almost to get in a time machine to look forward into the future, and whatever that trial that we're going for to be done, we can't. And so we kind of live this dual life where we have tremendous power over time, right? We consecrate time when we light our Shabbat candles. We officially usher in Shabbat. And at the very same time, we understand that it really is Shabbat when the sun goes down. And so we live out that tension. And we see that tension all the more so when we actually have a bit more control over time. And so we will formally usher in Shabbat, bringing light to what is dark outside and what will become increasingly dark as the days move forward into December. But we bring a little bit of light, not only with Shabbat, but with the understanding that we've got a member of our community who is having a simcha tomorrow. And Gabby will be called to the Torah for the very first time as bat mitzvah. And so I want to invite her up with her immediate family to come on up, all 6 of you, to, as together we turn to page number 3.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us, as their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light. So may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner של שבת.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and into our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
We're going to turn together to page 5 as we prepare to say our blessing over our wine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei Periha Gafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvot v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinhilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereishit kihu yom tehila lemikrae kodesh zeheli tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kiddashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen. Chaim. So together we turn to page 20 in our Siddur as we continue welcoming in Shabbat with the singing of Lecha Dodi. Please join us. Lecha Dodi likrat kalaya yalay yalalay b'nei Shabbat nekabela yidai Lecha Dodi likrat kalaya yalay b'nei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad yishmi'anu el hamiyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad l'shemu tiferet v'litchila Lecha Dodi likrat kalaya yalay b'nei Shabbat Verse number 5. Let's hear you. We rise together as we face the door. Boi v'shalom לקראת כליי, יאללה, יאללה, בני שבת, אני קבלה, ידעי לך דודי לקראת כליי, יאללה, יאללה, בני שבת, אני קבלה, די לך דודי לקראת כליי, יאללה, יאללה, בני שבת, אני קבלה, די לך דודי לקראת כליי, יאללה, יאללה, בני שבת, אני קבלה.
We remain standing, page 28. Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated.
Page 31. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows.
Baruch atah Adonai hamariv aravim.
Page 32.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al ken Adonai Eloheinu B'shokbeinu u'v'kumenu Nasiach b'chukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratcha u'b'mitzvotecha Le'olam va'ed Ki hem chayenu ve'orach yameinu ve'orach yameinu U'ahem negeh yomam v'alayla yomam v'alayla ve'ahavatecha al tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני
אדוני אלוהיכם.
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
In a moment, we're going to turn to page 40 and we're going to join together in the words of Mi Chamocha. But I don't think that this particular week of all weeks, we could let this prayer go without just saying a word about the fact that this prayer was penned when the Israelites crossed the sea and they watched as the destructive waters rolled in. That the seas parted and the Israelites walked through, and then when Pharaoh's army was in the midst, the waters closed and they drowned. And out of joy of being free, they sang this song. But every single time that we pray, we are also reminded about the destructive power that nature has. And this week, which is Parshat Noach, which Gabby very cogently will talk about tomorrow and teach and bring into our day, is also a reminder of the power of what water can do. We live in a world where nature, though we might think we have tamed it, actually is so much more powerful than we are. And in a week where we've seen massive storms on the East Coast, we've seen huge snowstorms early on in the Midwest, and incredibly destructive fires in the West. I bring this teaching so that we'll remember that our ancestors were very tied to nature, and they understood that we need a respect for the natural world around us. And so when they said, Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, who's like you, God, Mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh, who's like you, majestic in holiness, Norat tehilot, awesome in splendor, Osefela, working wonders, they were talking about water. They were talking about fire. They were talking about snow. They were talking about wind. And only when we begin to have that appreciation can we truly begin to understand that our role is also to care for that natural world as well. We're on page 40.
Ya ida ida ya la la ya la la ya ida 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la ya la la ya la la ya la mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. מלכותך ראוי בניך, בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים, זה לי אנו ואמרו, זה לי אנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם. One more time, join us on Yadadai. Ya 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 la la ya 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 la 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 ya 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 la la ya la la ya la benema כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גל גל ישראל.
Page 43. Let there be peace. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will.
ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
In a moment, we're going to turn to page 155, and after these opening words, asking God to open our lips, we're going to move into our silent Amidah, either praying the traditional words on the page or the words in our heart through page 167. And when you're finished, you can be seated. So we rise together, page 155.
Adonai שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha.
I ask you to join me on page 253 as we have the opportunity as a community to offer a Mishaberach L'cholim, a prayer for those in need of healing. Mishaberach Avotenu Imotenu, Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah, Hu Yivarech et HaCholim. The one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. We say a Mishaberach this evening for Sylvia Mumi, Mimi Jacobs, Joshua Gendel, and Rosenberg, Harav Meir Simcha ben Shena, Rav Chaim Eliezer ben Rav Meir Simcha ve'Esther, Eileen Smith, Zachariah Yaakov ben Karen, Chiara D'Agostino, Yehudit Devora, Batova Moshe, Jill Turetsky, Doris Cole, Laura Bellamy, Bonnie Horowitz, Laura Ann Romale, Linda Painter-Levine, Hadassah Brundle, Bat Shmuel, Benjamin, Va'amilea, Yaakov Danielle, Ben Shmuel, Benjamin, Va'amilea, Charlotte Ganser, Andrea Pinelli, Claude Pomper, Sonia Johns, Renee Jacobson, Jared Miller, Edith Shavat, Minna Seaman, Lila Morgalus, Peretz Hanok Ben Moshe Umindel, Hanok Handel Ben Yitzhak Vashoshana, Gary Reed, Sharon Rosen, Randy Lowe, Hyman Silverglad, Miriam Bat Esther, Joanne Gelsey Fusco, Stephen Raitt, Tammy Pivnik, Jesse Tepper, Janet Vendetti, Lillian Wexler, Ed Lillenschmidt, Eliezer Shammai Ben Elchanan Halevi Vagittel, Carol Frere, Esther Gittel Bat Rivka, Jerry Hoffman, Lorna Hoffman, Gavriel Bat Chava, Sarah Finkelthal, Tegan Kaiser, Bel Swirsky, Andrew Lerner, Renee Salvino, Gabe Patnoy, Beryl Ben Pinchas Veruchalea, Miriam Eliora Bat Avraham Vasara, Grant Mellinger, Rabbi Stan Levin, Esther Bat Ruth Vishlomo, Allison Bolshoi, Rosalind Wellner, Irving Berner, Peter Mankin, Liam Gardner, David Ben Henu, Elijah Richards, Chaim Ben Shmuel Yaakov, Elliot Lanoff, Mary Sinelli, Phyllis Natter, Wolfle Ben Pesach Esther. And to these names, please add those that are in your hearts and minds as I look around the room. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach avotenu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We turn forward in our prayer books to page 282 as we rise together for Elena.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
We're seated together, page 287. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ,
ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד.
We turn together to page 294. Our thoughts now turn to those we love who have passed from life. As is the way of our people through our recitation of Kaddish, we honor their lives by praising God for letting us walk at their side and they at ours for even our little time. I'll invite you, if you're so inclined, to individually rise at your seat as I call the name of your loved one. Yard sites for this Shabbat are Samuel Abramowitz, June Anderson O'Reilly, Evelyn Asher, Rose Brenner, Nathan Degenshine, Frank Denny, Leon Feather, Molly Firetag, Joseph Forum, Edith Glicken, Della Mae Goldsmith, Walter Hout, Albert Coppell, Hannah Leisure, Rose Chapman Levin, Claire McAllen Nolan, William Mendelson, Rebecca Mossenkiss, Irving Nepo, Albert Nolan, David Pimes, Charles Potter, Hal Kenneth Potters, Sarah Price, Samuel Price, Herman Radish, Benjamin Roth, Mickey Salinon, Frederick Sampson, Elizabeth Sconzo, Yetta Shankin, Miriam Shankman, William Sherman, Daniel Silverman, Misha Slatkin, Herbert Sugarman, Esther Watton, Jack Weinstock, Larry Weiss, Irving Zazik. And for those who are in their Shiva and Shloshim periods of mourning, Seth Chilton, brother of Miriam Chilton, Arfazi Nagasa, birth mother of Sahai Lukes, and Aaron Heller, father of Michelle Heller. In addition, I'll invite you to rise and share the name of anyone that you're observing a yard site for that may not have been on this list. And finally, if there's anyone here who is in their 1 year period of mourning, I'll invite you to stand and share with us the name of your loved one for whom you are reciting Kaddish. And now, in support of those standing before us and in memory of the 6 million, I'll invite us to rise, and if it is your custom, to join with the mourners in the recitation of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad divrach urutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayei echon u'v'yom echon, u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudasha b'rechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiram b'yama v'imru amen. Yehi shalom harav min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleim Never Kol Yisrael V'Imru. Please be seated. And so we're going to close tonight, page 294, and then after we finish, we have a few announcements. There's a lot of stuff going on in our congregation, but we have to set up for our film festival tonight. And so as we are setting up, I think I'll do the announcements at that point, just to economize our time.
Interesting.
So we're going to turn to page 294 for Oseh Shalom.
That final verse together.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Yaseh שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. Can we do one more time? יעשה, here we go. שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And so, in a moment, we're going to transition into setting up for tonight's film festival. It is our kickoff to our film festival. Let me tell you a little bit about the film festival as we are beginning to set up. So whoever's setting up can feel free to start setting up now. So tonight's film is about 15 minutes long, and then we're going to have a short conversation afterwards. So actually, if you noticed, our service is a little bit abbreviated. We're probably going to end close to on time of when we normally end services. So I really want to invite people to stay for the film. And even though there's going to be like about a 30-second break for those who do need to go before the film actually starts, I really want to encourage you to stay for this. The film is a really wonderful film about somebody who heads off into the territories and begins to try to understand who are these settlers who are in the territories. So then tomorrow night, and there are still tickets available, correct, Marge? Yep. We're going to be showing an Israeli comedy called Maktub, and there's going to be an Israeli dinner, and there's going to be programming for it. It's going to be great. I really want to encourage people to come check that out. And then on Sunday afternoon, we're going to be joining together for another really wonderful documentary, this one about what happens when people who live in Gaza and the West Bank want to come into Israel for health care. And you have all kinds of interesting issues around who pays for it, how do security checks work, how do the visas get given, and it's a system that's a challenging, often broken system, like many healthcare systems are. And so to learn about that and to discuss that. So that is the film festival. Tomorrow is also Shabbat. And so starting at 9 a.m., we have a really wonderful yoga teacher coming in to begin teaching, to begin the day with a yoga practice. And so am I missing? Oh, everything's good? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not getting the screen down.
Oh, okay.
What? Yeah. Ah. Oh, that was very counterintuitive.
And so I want to encourage people to come at 9 a.m. for yoga and then stay 10 o'clock. We both have our casual minyan, which meets in there, but also Gabby will become bat mitzvah. It's our community service, and that is at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
And nobody cares if you come to services with yoga clothes on.
Yes, you can totally come to services with yoga clothes. By the way, there's candy coming around because we are at the movies. And so what we'll ask is that you just make sure to take all your wrappers with you on your way out. A few other things to note. On Sunday, in addition to the film festival, Bob's Cafe is back. We closed down our congregation. We don't close down. We closed down an area of our congregation, and we turned it into a restaurant. It happens a number of times during the year. Food is cooked by congregants. Food is also served by congregants. It's a great community building exercise. It's a really highlight, I think, of the year when we have these. That's going to be Sunday all morning. If you want breakfast, come grab breakfast. It's open for people of all ages. I want to plug 3 other things going on at the congregation that I think is worthwhile to know. Each one is off-site. The first is that on the 21st of November, our congregation is joined with the Anti-Defamation League to really as one of its like signature synagogues to explore the notion of anti-Semitism today. They are having their big yearly conference, and tickets are still available for that, and we as a signature congregation want to send people to that. In addition, Biennial is coming up. It's the weekend of like the 13th, 14th, 15th, though it actually begins on the Wednesday before, and every 2 years, the Reform movement gets together, and they there are about 5,000 delegates from the different 900 congregations in the Reform movement, and they get together for a big conference. There's learning, both Jewish learning and also, let's call it institutional learning, how to be a better synagogue. There's prayer. It's really wonderful. The cantor and I will both be there, and as well as I think a number of other people who are here as well. I want to encourage people to come. And finally, this Thursday, our congregation has been working really hard on an initiative with a broad coalition of religious groups to try to get licenses for those who are undocumented. I'm going to be heading down to Trenton, and I hope you will join me for a large rally in honor of that. And so that's going to be that day, and I really want to encourage people to come check it out. There's a number of other things going on. I think probably if you want to mention the Anne Frank, right? So a few other things as well. Awesome. There are a few other things as well that I was just reminded of. The first is that our Artist Beit Midrash is kicking off on Thursday. If you're interested in being a part of it, you don't have to be a visual artist. You could be a writer. You could be a musician. Talk to Ronnie, and Ronnie will set you up with the details of that. In addition, we're starting, because we happen to be talking about Israel tonight, we're starting an Israeli fiction group that's going to read 4 books over the course of this year. The first is called 3 Floors Up. It's an incredible book by an author named Eshkol Nevo. The first meeting of that is going to be the Sunday after Thanksgiving, December 1st, at Norm's house. Norm, raise your hand. So if you're interested, you can talk to Norm. He'll tell you a little bit more about how to get involved in that. I'm sure there's a million other things that I'm forgetting. Check the website, check your e-blasts, and what I'm going to do right now before we officially start is turn off the live stream, because I think we're not legally allowed to show this on our live stream. So I will be right back.